And move approval of the agenda. Could I have council please move and say thank you, Councillor McLaughlin and Councillor Ronsley. And any additions, changes, deletions? Okay. That being said, all in favor? Call question. Carried unanimously. If we can, then move along to public participation. And Mr. Wilkie? There being no public participation, good. And adoption of the minutes.
Okay, here we go.
There being no minutes, right? Yeah.
I knew they'd be adopted.
Oh, thank you. I see why I've got, because I'm suddenly worried. Okay. What have I got? It's nothing pertaining to this meeting, but I will. Forget. No, you and I can sit here. And, at any rate, and business arising, there's being no minutes, and unfinished business, there being no minutes. Moving on to number 7, new business, resolution to relocate the July meetings. And if we can have those dates again of the July meetings, just for the public.
Sure, they're July the 3rd, which is a special council meeting, 7 p.m. July 17th, which is tentatively the Land Use Master Plan Public Forum, also at 7 p.m. July, well, we're still trying to secure that particular venue.
Okay.
So that's still a bit up in the air. July 21st, the Film Committee meeting at 6 p.m. and July 22nd, the regular council meeting at 7 p.m.
Okay. Okay. And with this, maybe what I can do is, with this, if somebody could move the resolution, and thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, should we move it first and then go into a question? Is that okay?
Certainly.
So could I ask you, the resolution being that the Village of Lions Bay Council approves the relocation of July Council, Committee and Land Use Master Plan meetings to a meeting facility located outside of village boundaries with location details to be posted in accordance with the Village of Lions Bay Council Procedures Bylaw number 453. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Councillor McLaughlin moved and Councillor Ronsley seconded. Thank you so much. And going to questions, Councillor McLaughlin?
Yes, and this is for Ms. Kuntz. The 17th, the Land Use Master Plan Public Forum. As you understand it, what does that look like?
My understanding is that Grant has talked to Joaquin of our Bars and Associates just to hammer out what that will look like. So it would be, I guess, a public presentation of kind of the finalized version. Public release of basically what council saw at the last in-camera meeting with some of the feedback provided by council at that meeting.
And will be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it will be the open verbal public with, hard copy and soft copy to follow.
Yeah.
Completely. Okay, thank you. And I have one, pardon me, Councillor Bain. Yeah. Mine's a really, hopefully, easy question. So, Councillor Bain.
If we approve the relocation, and the thing with the July 17th, for example, doesn't work out, and we end up, for some reason or other, doing it within the village, this doesn't bind us to being outside.
No, it does not.
It does not.
That's great.
This resolution just gives us permission to move.
Okay, fantastic.
And the reason, if I could just add, because I spoke to the ministry today, just to understand moving things out of the municipality and how that works. And they provided some really great insight and said that there was a case on the island where they passed the resolution to move the meetings out of the jurisdiction at the meeting outside the jurisdiction. And the court ruled after that all that business was void.
Exactly.
Yes. So
because
that's
people
why we're
didn't
having
have an
it here
opportunity.
today to get the resolution passed so that we can do it properly.
Yes, thank you very much. Just Councillor Ronsley, does the Film Committee meeting need to occur in July, or could that be held in September potentially?
Well,
it's just a question.
That's a fair question, Mayor
it doesn't
Broughton.
have to be.
We're trying to finalize the work of the Film Committee, and it was thought at the last film meeting that is a realistic date. It's not at this point. I mean, there's work that has to get accomplished prior to that. I think Mr. notes about that, and I expect it will be done, but it's a possibility like everything else. It could be changed. But I'd like to mention, do you want to add to that on that point?
I would. I suspect you're asking as a matter of cost. Is that?
No, I
know it's
cost neutral. Okay. No,
it's actually less for us to
Oh,
move.
it's less.
The three
You
meetings
can
that
see
we've
why
already
Bo and
talked
Island
about.
objected to what happened on there.
Those 3 meetings that we've
Yeah.
already talked about relocating,
Yeah.
the cost of Glen Eagles hosting those 3 meetings is the same cost as our call out to host 1 meeting at the school.
Yeah.
It's quite a savings. to
It's
move
quite a
them.
savings. You know, it was more just almost a perception of how many meetings we had outside of the community.
enough.
I'm fine with the, I saw that it
Are
was
you?
I thought it was cost neutral.
I did it first too until I went
But
to
it's
talk to
cost
them today.
beneficial, yeah.
May I take that a step further?
Yes.
Are we committed to Glen Eagles as far as we've reserved, we're going to pay for it? I'm not concerned about the cost because
No,
clearly
no,
it's not a, it's, but are we
It's
in
at
any
least-
way obligated then to have these meetings on these dates? Should there be a cancellation or delay for the film committee, for instance?
No, we're not obligated. I've tentatively held them with a credit card.
Uh-huh.
If we wanted to cancel, we could, but I would like to know that. I'm away on vacation next week, so I would
Yes,
love to be able
you
to
need to
make
know
that
in
cancellation
advance.
immediately so that I can either look for somewhere else to have it or a new date, or just so I can get everything checked off before
Right.
I'm away for a week.
We really appreciate that clarity, by the way. I'm sitting here,
Oh.
no, I really
have a good one.
appreciate
You
that
deserve
clarity.
a vacation.
Yeah.
On that date, since
Yeah.
that is an uncertainty, though it is confirmed by the members of the film committee, so that's not a problem. Grant felt that was a realistic date to do
Oh, okay.
the preparation for that meeting. Are you still of that mind that the preparation before the film committee meeting, I'm afraid it involves you in a big way.
I don't see any barriers to actually executing it. in
Don't
terms
forget
of,
that
you know,
vacation. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have one more question that's date specific. In my diary, we have a question mark on July 29th. And I don't mean that we have to tentatively book July 29th, but it's still in my diary as a question mark, as sort of a backup. Do we need a last meeting before? It's probably in Grant and I's diaries. If we needed a backup to the backup before we went into August where we don't meet. So should we tentatively put that just within this motion in case or no?
I think that's probably a question for Grant, for you to
Yeah.
have with Grant. Are you meeting with him on Monday?
I am.
Okay.
So I can have that.
August the 2nd is a Saturday.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have it July 3rd,
Yeah.
July 17th, July 21st is film committee,
it's
July
29th.
22nd is a council meeting, and then go to July 29th. Do you have a
Which
question
is a
mark there?
Tuesday.
I'm going to be in New York then.
You are?
For
Okay.
a family
I will be
occasion. You're going to be up there sailing?
gone in dead zone.
Okay, this is answering a lot of questions, and we're probably not, we're not probably going to meet then. So knowing this, and you and Grant and I knowing this, we will congeal, and council having pre-discussed that there's not that opportunity, we'll congeal around July 22nd. Okay,
Yeah.
Councillor Bain?
First.
Well, I was going to say it doesn't really matter because the way it's written in the resolution, it approves relocation of July council and blah, 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 other meetings.
Oh,
It doesn't
excellent.
specify
It doesn't
one or two,
specify.
That's why I wrote it that
Thank
way.
you. You're
Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, so that's it. Okay, but it's good discussion for me to have, just so that we know that we really want to kind of bring things to that meeting for
And
for the next 6 weeks, because we will be in recess.
To that point,
Yeah.
Mayor Barton, if you wanted to, on the meeting of the 3rd, bring a few dates that
Sure.
might work
Excellent.
for everybody as a part.
Yeah, as a backup
Forecast.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe everybody could bring their vacation schedule, so at least you have it on table for yourself.
So that-
right? I don't mean that you have
So
to.
that if there was quorum, that those would be committed.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
do we do that? Do we email you with that
No, if you just even bring it on,
Come
bring
up
your
with a
own
calendar.
dates in your
You
head
can
or
email.
in your calendar. All I'm saying is that then if Grant, or through the discussion on July 3rd, council thought that there might be a need to have that meeting either then or as a pickup, early pickup in the first week of September. And that's what I suggested to Grant, that I think the day after Labor Day this year, I think, is September 2nd.
It is,
And
yes.
I think that we might want to do a little pickup there. So we can discuss that after or during that July 3rd meeting. Does that make, this is good discussion. It's putting my shoulders way down. So with that, any further discussion? Call question on that motion. All those in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you so much. And Before we go to public questions and comments, I just want to thank you very much for, like, on the head of a pin, making this happen today. Thank you very much for making this location happen. Just fantastic. And if I can go to public questions and comments.
Well, that was
Yeah,
All
it was
efficiency.
really because with the strike, we've really understood that we cannot meet at the school.
yeah.
And we just can't.
We can't
And
go
you get
across
that,
it.
I know that you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
there's just one thing. When
Yeah.
you, like Fred mentioned, in July, council committee and land use talking
Yeah.
about it. There's no specific dates. You're going to have to reverse it when you want to have the meetings back in the village, or you just.
no, it gives us the opportunity, so approves the relocation of July council committee and land use meetings to a meeting facility located. It approves that, but this is because if we were going to do that under our procedures bylaw number 453, we would need to do that in advance. And I actually support the decision made by the courts. You can imagine if you then drive in and then at that point we say,
Kind of like here, driving up to the gate. And saying,
Can't get in.
So to resident Wilkie's,
we didn't climb over the gate. Yes,
Mayor,
Councillor
to resident Wilkie's
McLaughlin.
point though, so
Yeah.
if this covers off July, if we are going to do August, then we have to do this again.
We're not, well, at this point, let's plan on, I know that the plan is to not meet in August, to recess, but if it was for August as well, we would need to, at our July 22nd meeting at that time, do that, make that resolution at that time. Okay, so if I can then move to adjournment, could I have somebody please move and second? Thank you, Councillor Bain and Councillor Ronsley. And call question on the motion, all those in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you so much.
Speed.
And,